I, I mean, I have a very fresh approach to meditation every time I do it. I sit for an hour every morning regularly. I rarely miss it. I have to be really ill or something really drastic happen for me to miss a meditation. Uh, and I know very, very generally from my experience over the years what my pattern is, what will help me, staying with the breath and then going on to another meditation after that. But my approach, my attitude to my meditation is always what I would call fresh. I don't just run through a protocol or a songbook that I've been doing for the last 55 years. I always aim what is really working now? What do I need? So this morning, when I sat down, a little mnemonic came to mind, new one I hadn't ever thought of before, cough. So COF. So the mnemonic stands for clear, open, and focus. Nice and simple, right? You got it straight away, didn't you? As a general approach to one's meditation, it says a lot, actually, once you get used to what each of those words unpacks into. So I'm just going to say a couple of words about each of the three, and then I'm going to guide you into a meditation on the body and the breath. So clearing. Clearing is always a good thing. You clear preoccupations of any sort, past, future, obsessions, arguments that you've got going on, uncleared stuff. And you get to know for yourself over the years how to do this. But it's just good to be clear that you are going to do it, and you're going to clear right at the beginning as a starting point, and that you're going to do it all through the meditation. You're going to check, has my mind gone to my favorite fantasy? Oh, yeah, clear it. No, yes, definitely clear it. But no, clear it. No. So because that's the thing about the preoccupations, just to call it very, very broadly, that they have their own entertainment value. And I think that for me, that's quite a useful way of looking at them. So they might be thrillers or comedies or some kind of movie. But what basically they're taking, speaking very generally rather than me personally, they're taking you away from engaging in awareness and being present and working with what is happening directly in the moment. So it's very good to have that attitude. Well, I want to be present. I want to be engaged in the meditation. And I know that I will have these preoccupations and entertainments, and that my kind of go-to entertainment is this, this, and this. Or at the moment, these particular trains of thought are happening with me at the moment. It might be something to do with work or a relationship, but that for the meditation, I am going to clear them and come back. So it becomes a skill that you develop to have the intention to check and clear and come back. So the more that you do it consciously and decisively, the more naturally and intuitively that process happens later on. So it just kind of works on you, as it were. So I wanted to just give a couple of very simple little ways of doing clearing. One is you check, oh, my mind, my mind has gone to that. It's just a light, fluffy train of thought, doesn't have any emotional charge. It might be about something that you're going to do or something that happened, but it doesn't have necessarily trauma or heavy charge associated with it. And you just go, not now. Not now. And you might add, if it's something that you need to do, like buy the veg or something, later. So this actually is amazingly effective. If you tell your mind, not now, I'll do it later, I'll get the veg later, and your mind goes, but don't forget that, yeah, no, it's fine. Really, I'll do it later. And the mind goes, oh, okay. No, it just rests, because it just keeps wanting to prompt you, tell you things, and you say, no, it's fine. You can leave me alone on that. It's fine. But then there are things sometimes, hopefully rarely, where something comes up and it's actually of an emergency nature. I lived with a fireman once in community, and he jumped up in the middle of a meditation and said, I left a frying pan on. Well, it's in Scotland, so it would be. That was a Scottish joke there. Everything's fried. He was a fireman, so it was a big issue. He would never have been able to face his colleagues if he burnt our house down. And he had to do something immediately. And sometimes it's a matter of calling, home and saying, is the fat in the pan? And no, okay, so I can relax. So sometimes you need to act. That's the point there. And if you really have to, of course you do. And then there are, things which have more emotional charge that have really upset you. And again, you might say to yourself, well, look, listen, I will pay attention to you, but for the moment, I'm going to do this because it will help later. It will help with doing this later. Becoming more open, more present, more engaged, more positive helps with clearing and resolving emotional charge. And you might say, but no, it's fine. Just let me do this, and then we'll deal with that. And so in that way, that's part of clearing, of just three things, really. And you might, this is just a little additional, you might be a planner in your mind. Some people are, but then all the things that you're going to do, how you're going to do them. And again, it's, I will do that, but later. And it kind of dismantles a habitual tendency of mind to do something, maybe over and over again. I'm going on a trip, I make a Google mind map, but I've done everything. I don't need to keep going over that, again and again. I've done it, let it go, come back. Now, you'll notice that when I said that, my voice was quite clear but gentle. And this is really important when you're doing this. don't be harsh and hard and really unforgiving in the way that you talk to yourself, because that's effectively what you're doing. And it's not a sign of madness, because we're talking to ourselves all the time, actually. So come back, let go of that, come back to this. You can do it. And you might need to be a bit encouraging, like for if you really don't want to be here, you say, but it's a good thing. You know, you can do it. It's fine. Stay with it in an encouraging tone of voice, which actually really makes a difference as much as the actual words themselves. So that's that checking, clearing, and coming back as part of clearing, really. And then open. So open is in a way a cipher for being open and receptive to how you are and what's going on. It's actually another way of saying what's here, arriving and noticing how is my body. And if you're very tense, softening, listening, dropping, letting go of the tension, for example. And that's, again, something that you start right at the beginning of the meditation, checking for what's happening, noticing what's happening, and actually doing something about it straight away. And I think that sometimes when one is focusing on the breath, especially in the fourth stage of the mindfulness of breathing, on the nostrils, there's a tendency to be trying too hard. And the face or the brow can get furrowed. So check for furrowed brow. I'm just giving you little things as they occur to me. You know? So you're open to that and you let it go. Yeah? And I'm just going to mention one more thing about this, which is when you're open and receptive to what's here, I think that you might notice that there's some kind of discomfort, or you might not. But you can also ask yourself, is there any discomfort here? And it's very useful to be proactive on this. I mean, the number of times I've heard from people in classes afterwards, you know, I just didn't realize that I had a backache and I really need to do something about it because it's getting worse, because my mind is just cutting off from it. So when you actually ask yourself directly, is there discomfort? Then you notice, oh, there it is again. You know, I really do need to do something. You know, be more careful about it, or actually be proactive in helping it. So receptivity, openness to what's here. And then focus. And the focus is, well, you've done the clearing, you're open to what's here, and now you're deciding what you're going to do. So in this particular meditation, it's going to be awareness of the body and the breath. So you start to focus. You start to actually gather yourself into that intention. So that's cough. So, I mean, there's two things there. One, it's a useful little thing, but it also shows you that over time, as you meditate, individually, personally, you find your own language and your own way of working with things. So I'm giving you a cough, but you find your own way as well. You find your own language of what is useful and what helps you over time. Okay, so set yourselves up, if you're not already, set up. Oh, thank you for doing that, Debbie. Debbie is already writing things down. As I say, she's online. I just want to say hello to everyone online. Nice to see you. I won't mention all your names, but I know who you are. Yes, very good. Excellent. Good. So, and again, just to let you know that the whole morning is videoed and it goes up onto the North London Buddhist Centre YouTube platform, so you can catch up with it. Arriving. That's the first thing that you start to say to yourself. Arrive. What's here? How am I? What's going on? Connecting. And just notice straight away if you have any go-to preoccupations, and you just start to clear them now, straight away, saying not now, later, not relevant. And that just say to yourself, my area of engagement is going to be the body and the breath. Very clear. And setting up the intention to clear anything as your mind hops or drifts off to it. Now a sense of openness and receptivity to how you are, your body, your general mood, and energy. You're opening to it, including the heart, chest area, opening to it, how it is. And now starting to focus and bring together and resolve your attention into the belly and the breath. And if it helps, put a hand on your belly and feel the movement and connect with the whole rhythm of the breath in the belly and the movement there. letting the mind settle into this area, taking in and noticing more and more of what happens in the belly in relationship to the breath, connecting, focusing in on it, but staying relaxed. Periodically just checking, clearing and returning as you need to. Having a sense of commitment to the belly and the breath. Getting a sense, is there any comfort or discomfort in the breathing process in the belly? Just taking it in with a sense of openness and kindness. Approaching it freshly. Having a sense, am I distant or close to the experience? If you're distant, then just very gently apply more attention to coming into the belly and the breath. Adjusting that, so not pushing, almost like leaning into the experience. Now, bringing awareness up to the heart chest area and the breathing, the movement as it happens. It's quite a broad area. And you're generally open not just to the breath and its process, but the actual qualities and feeling tone in the heart chest area with a sense of openness and kindness. And now the whole length of the breathing process and the whole flow and rhythm of your breathing. Just letting go of thinking about it. You might have words that describe it as short or long, fast or slow, but just stay with the experience. And periodically checking if there's any tension, soften and let go. Just periodically, lightly and gently, without thinking too much, bring to mind cough. Clear, open and focus. Now, a suggestion with an image. As you're aware of the breath coming in and going out, bring to mind the image of the ocean coming into a beach and going out. And let it, as it were, synchronize with your breath. And now focusing in on the sensation of the breath in the nostrils. If it helps, take a couple of slightly emphasized out breaths and then let your breath go back to normal. Adjusting your attentiveness. Being open to the experience of the breath in the nostrils as it were filling you. So the experience of the breath in the nostrils and your mind, as it were, merge. So you're focused and open. And resting. Just rest in awareness of yourself sitting here, taking in how you are. You're taking it in rather than going to or doing anything. You're just resting in awareness. Still staying with the general sense of how you are, ask yourself the metaphoric question, if I'm water, what kind of water am I like now? And be open to a water image, just letting it emerge while you're staying aware of yourself, your body. Just asking gently, does it fit? And if it does, just connecting with that quality which the water conveys. letting go of the image, but staying with how you are and those qualities. And now asking for a descriptive word for how you are now, a word or two, but not thinking. And finishing. When you're ready, open your eyes and just sit comfortably. So, just a few words before we go down for tea. When we do a meditation practice, we're particularly exercising what you could call personal mindfulness. Personal, how your body is, your mood, your qualities, how you are, and you're working with that. But at the end of the meditation, and in this situation going downstairs and being with people, there's another dimension, which is others or the context that you're in. So then you have personal, which you keep the personal awareness. You keep the awareness of your body and your mood and your thinking and whether you're present and engaged or somewhere else in relationship to whoever you're with. So you've got both and a sense of connection, inward, as it were, and outward.